instead of completing the program in 2 weeks, if it takes 3 weeks, it's okay. But your learning is absolutely important, and I'm so glad that you have opted for this session. And Parul, thank you that you have agreed to conduct the session late evening. Uh, so it is easy
Thank you.
pace, and as always, I will tell you that Parul is very weak in reading mind. So if you are not understanding anything, if unless you tell, she will not know. I will encourage you to, wherever you are getting stuck, don't fall back. Just stop at that time, saying, "I'm not getting this. Please explain this again," so that you are not left behind. Don't hesitate. That's the reason we have kept a small group, so that the learning is easier. So, Parul, all are not new to ProTouch. They all are
Yeah.
conditioned with our learning format. That's a good sign.
Yeah.
Except Atulya. Atulya is part of our business analytics and data science program. So he will continue with you in the sequel as well. And he
Okay.
has just done 2 sessions with us so far on business analytics. The rest, all of them are our
All right.
previous students, and some of them are current students. But they know us, so no introduction required from a ProTouch point of view. But on that note, I'll hand it over to you. And I wish everyone a great learning session with Parul Madam. And beyond that, also, there is a group being formed. If you have any questions after that, if you're getting stuck somewhere, send screenshots, send videos, and whenever she will get time, she will keep responding. So don't wait for the next session. Whenever you have any doubt in between, please get it clarified so the next session can be used to move forward rather than catching up on the previous session. I think that's what
Yeah.
my recommendation would be. Yeah. Many times what we do is we don't take clarity during the week, and we think that we will do it in the next session. So better keep taking clarification as you go along. Yeah. On that, good luck to you, and Parul, over to you on that.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank
And
you so much. Thank you so much, Rahul, and a very, very
Thank you,
warm
sir.
welcome to all of you. Glad to be here and glad to know that you all have opted to learn Excel. While we don't realize, Excel is a very, very powerful tool, and we tend to use it in most of our workspaces wherever we go. So it is irrespective of organizations, most of all. It has almost become mandatory now to know Excel. So whenever you go with any data points, you're told, oh, why don't you get it in an Excel sheet, right? So with that, I think, yeah, it's extremely important that we all know Excel. And I do not know at this point in time how much of Excel each one of you knows. I think it will be worthwhile. So about me already, Rahul has spoken a little bit. I have a lot of experience in data analytics space. I've done a lot of work, of course, in Excel. I would require you all to give me a short intro of each one of you, a little quickly, if that's okay. So we can start with Atulya. If you can just give a brief intro about yourself and where do you stand on Excel according to you? Yeah, Atulya, over to you. You able to hear me, Atulya?
Hello.
Yeah. Hi,
Hello,
Atulya.
ma'am.
Yeah.
Hello. Good evening, ma'am.
Yeah. Good evening.
Yeah. Ma'am. I'm from Nagpur city, Maharashtra,
Okay.
and I've done my
Okay.
mechanical. I've done my mechanical engineering, 2019 batch.
Okay.
I have some working experience in production, manufacturing, and maintenance sector. All are related to mechanical streams.
Right.
And I want to make my transition into data science, as this is a future proof and somewhat as a futuristic career also. So
Sure.
I've been hearing about this since I was in third year.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to make my career in data science and business analytics, and that's why I choose this program. And about Excel, the level
Yeah.
I have used a little bit of Excel, but not at the level of analytics. I have a little bit of knowledge
Okay.
about it, but not at the advanced level.
All right. All right.
Thank you.
So you're comfortable with formulas, functions, and stuff like that?
A little bit, yes.
Not really.
Not really.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Fair. Fair. Okay. Can we have Anushka to give her introduction?
Yeah. Hello, ma'am. Good evening.
Good
Hello.
evening.
Yeah, ma'am. Myself, Anushka. I belong
Yeah,
to
I can hear
Muzaffarpur.
you.
Yeah, I belong to Muzaffarpur from
Okay.
Bihar. I have
Okay.
done MBA in HR from Tamil. And apart in Excel, I have few knowledge, but not more. Like I am aware with
Yeah.
some function, nothing else like VLOOKUP, if some like this conditional formatting, etc. But not more.
So you have basic knowledge of Excel.
Yeah, a little bit.
All right. All right. Thanks. Thanks, Anushka.
Hi, ma'am. Good evening.
Yeah.
I'm
Good
Ashita
evening.
and belongs to Kerala.
Okay.
And I'm also a beginner in the Excel, and I know a little bit, but I want to know
Okay.
more. That's why I choose this program.
Mhm. What is your educational qualification, Ashita?
I completed my graduation in
Okay.
Corporation Banking and Management from Agriculture University, Kerala.
All right.
And yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Mohit, you can help me understand you a little better. Go ahead, Rashi. You can go ahead if you're there.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yeah.
I'm Rashi Taparia, and I've done my MSc in Human Development.
Okay.
In 2019, I've completed my MSc. Then
Mhm.
then I shifted back to Delhi. I was in Mumbai for my MSc.
You know,
So I was working with a company, then lockdown happened, and then I was searching for courses in
okay.
HR journalist. So I came across ProTouch.
So you're currently in Mumbai?
No, in Delhi.
All right.
So I think Excel is utmost important because I have been bullied at my workplace for not knowing it.
All
So
right. So you have learned the hard way.
Yeah.
Okay. So you know a beginner stuff then, I'm assuming.
Yes, ma'am. Till VLOOKUP, I know now.
All right. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Mohit, you can tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hello everyone, Mohit this side, and I have done my BCom from Delhi University, and along with that I have done my MBA in marketing and HR, and from the
Oh.
almost last 1.5 year I'm working with ProTouch being a team leader.
All right.
And
So you're a
talking
champ
about
at Excel then.
not so.
Okay.
Yep.
So where do you place yourself on 1 to 10 scale for
Uh,
Excel?
3 to 4.
I thought you would say 7. Okay.
Not really.
All right. All right. Okay. Good to know, Mohit. Yeah, Sakshi? Yeah.
Good evening, ma'am. My
Yeah.
name is Sakshi. I'm from
Yeah.
Bangalore. So I graduated in 2018 with Bachelor's of Arts in Psychology, Travel and Tourism and Sports.
Okay.
And post that, I was working with Sheraton Grand Bangalore in hotel
All
sales.
right. All right.
I used to work there, so I was affected by this pandemic, and now I'm transiting from sales to HR. I recently completed my HR generalist course. To
Okay.
talk about Excel, I have known the basics of Excel. So I
Sure.
initially started by learning from the help itself from Microsoft Excel. And
Yeah.
in my company, we have worked on Excel. So I have known formatting and the basics of Excel. And I
Sure.
want to learn more on it related with what if analysis and VLOOK and all of that.
All right. All right. Good to know,
Thank you.
Sakshi. So Sakshi, I'm also from Bangalore, just to
Okay.
update you. So we're from the same city.
Good to hear that, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. So who's left? Sunita.
Hello, ma'am. My name is Sunita, and
Hi,
I'm
Sunita.
working with I'm working with ProTouch only for
Yeah.
last 8 months. And
Okay.
yeah, I have done BCA and I'm interested in business analytics and data science. So I asked Rahul sir to, train me in this program. So that's why I'm here.
And where are you on Excel on 1 to 10 scale? You should be at 7.
Yeah, 7. Yes.
All right. So we're going to come to you for all our doubts. All right.
Sure.
So is anybody else left or are we done? I think we're done. Yeah. Can I also know how many of you are here with your laptops? If you could just put in the chat, yes, if you have a laptop with you right now, and if you're logged in on Zoom from your laptop. Okay. Okay, 3 say yes. 4. So I'm guessing Sunita is not on her laptop. That's okay. So we have at least 5 of you on laptop, which is good. So the way we'll be going about this course is that's 6 of you, sorry. Yeah, so everybody's on laptop. That's good. So I would suggest for all your sessions, please log in from your laptop so that you can share and we can look at things together. That will be the best way to do it. Okay, now before I start, so what do you think is Excel? Any one of you. And this is going to be a very interactive session, so don't shy away from answering me. Even if you know anything else about it, please let me know. I'll be more than happy.
Ma'am, Excel is a spreadsheet program which makes
Mhm.
our calculation easier.
Okay. Okay. That's nice.
And I think it's less error. While calculating
Less
with Excel,
error.
there is a less chance of error.
Okay. Yes. Anybody else? Anything to add in that?
Excel will make our work very simple. If we know Excel thoroughly, if we know the formulas, we can calculate it. We can make any sheet or any data given to us very quickly. It will simplify us.
Absolutely.
It will simplify everything in life.
Absolutely. Absolutely, Rashi. Yeah. So it will make your life much easier if you know it. And you can
Yes.
do all kinds of things in Excel. So Excel is a very, very powerful program from a data analysis perspective or documentation perspective. And like Rashi said, it is a spreadsheet program, right? So what are the elements of Excel that you all are aware of? So let me do this. I'll just open a new Excel worksheet. Yeah, so for all of you to know, yes, I am using Excel on a Mac computer, okay? And it's possible that what you see here is not the same in your computer. In case you find an issue, please speak up. I'll tell you where to go exactly, okay? Yes. So this is how an Excel, all I have done, let me, so if you open a new Excel file, this is what appears. You also have an option to open from templates. Are you all able to see this? No. Are you able to see the different templates on my screen? I think Zoom doesn't work with second level of share. 1 second. No, because it's paused. Yeah, are you able to see my Excel screen now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so the first thing that we'll do is we'll try understanding what are the different elements of the Excel program that we have opened up. Okay. Yes, so what do you all see on the screen? And what of it you know already? So you see these buttons here?
Yes, ma'am.
And all of you understand this, I'm assuming?
No.
Yes, ma'am.
Home, save. This is for undo.
Okay.
And this is for redo.
Okay.
Okay. Now there is this drop down. I'm not sure. Is it there in Windows also? Let me just check here. What, like, all of you are in Windows? Is anybody on a Mac? Chat में yes बोल दो.
Ma'am, it's there on Windows.
Windows is there.
It's there, ma'am, on Windows.
Okay, okay. Now I'm just thinking what we can also do is one of you can share your screen and I can explain you there. In case, is the screen very similar to my screen? I'm assuming so. That's my understanding.
Yes, ma'am, almost it is.
Only the
Okay.
thing is that templates is not here. We'll have to go in our homepage and do it. That's the only difference.
Where
Templates
is
should be
it?
there. Where if you go to file, if you go to file menu,
From
and
there we have to, from the
you
file
go-
menu, we have to do templates, but yours,
right.
that's the only difference.
So where do you have the templates in your screen? Let me just open the windows. Just give me a minute. Huh? Or can, let me do this. Can one of you share your screen? Whoever.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, just share your screen. Yes. So that you don't have this problem. Yes, now go to your file menu there. Yeah, so if you click new, yes, these are the templates. In some versions, you have to download more templates if you need it. Okay. All right. But it gives you different types of templates. It gives you business templates. And Excel can make all these kinds of dashboards which you're seeing, which will slowly learn up to the 6th session, right? So in the newer versions, it allows you to make templates of all kinds and it gives you that option also. Okay. Oh, now that you're here, let's just close what all is here. So open, save as, I'm sure you'll understand, right? Print, share is also easy to understand. I hope everybody understands the difference between save and save as.
No, ma'am.
Who can tell me in the group? Excel champs also here. Yes. Difference between save and save as. Quickly.
Ma'am, I think when we save the file on the sheet we are working on, we'll save as it is. And save
Okay.
as में मैं जाकर डेस्कटॉप में अगर हमें सेव करना होता है या कोई फाइल का नाम क्रिएट करना होता है तो वो फोल्डर क्रिएट करना होता है एक्चुअली, तो हम सेव एज में जाते हैं।
जब आप सेव यूज करते हो तो इट जस्ट सेव्स एट व्हाटएवर लोकेशन द वर्कबुक is. When you do save as, you can change the location and save it. Okay. All right. Print, you know. Share is again for sharing it either. You can see the option in share. Click on share. So you can share with people. You can share through an email. You can save it on cloud. Yeah. Okay. Export is for, click on export. Here you can change the file type. You can export and make it a PDF file, XPS file, and so on. Right? Publish is more to publish, not really useful for us, which will be if you want to publish it to another program. So you publish it to BI. Okay. Close is fine. Account will be your account and you have options. Okay. Okay. So the file menu is clear. You can go to options, please. Yes. Yeah. So some very important things here that we need to know. So whenever you have a setting change that you want to do, this is the screen that you'll be using. You'll be going to your options. Okay. And it allows you to change a lot of things. From simple things like if you want to change the font size, where your cursor is right now. Right? Or if you want to change, what is it? Include this many sheets. Okay, you can decide how many sheets you want to include. Go to the formulas tab below general. Right? Yeah. Yeah. So here you can decide how do you want your formulas to be displayed. So we'll come to this when we do the formulas also. Yeah. And these options are more like similar for most of the Microsoft programs. So there will be an option whether it allows you autofill or not in the formulas, or it allows auto correction or not, those kind of stuff. Like you can see error checking rules. So you can decide what are the rules you want to put. In the formulas on the right side below, you have error checking rules, right? So do you want to allow it to check error or no? Okay. Or can you go down to proofing? Yeah. So this is about, do you want autocorrect in your spellings? Do you want to allow uppercase or you want to ignore it in your stuff? All these kind of things. So what I would want you to do is please go through all these options. We might not be able to go through all of them. Not all of them are very important also. That's the reason I'm not taking you through all. The important ones, as in when we do in the formulas, etc., I'll bring you back here. All right. Can we go to advanced?
Ma'am, where is this Excel option?
In the file menu. In the file menu, the last option you have is options.
Publish? No.
Your Excel version is different than this then.
Maybe.
So I'll come to you. If you see here, you will also have an option to customize ribbon. Can you click there? Yes. Now this is, what is the ribbon here? Anybody knows what is a ribbon on this screen that we have? This piece, yeah. Good, Atulya. So you can customize, you can decide which buttons you want there, which you don't want. Okay. So you decide which ones you want. For that, there are popular commands. If you go to the drop down, there'll be all commands also. So you can decide which set of commands you want to be displayed in your ribbon. For example, if you're somebody who's not bothered about font, you could actually remove it. Right? If you're using Excel only for numerical analysis purpose, you might not need it. So like that, you can change things. Like email, you might not want. You're using it more for analysis. And you'll use PowerPoint to copy paste your data there. So you might not require it. Okay. Okay, you can put a OK here and we'll move on to the next. So who was the person who didn't get options? Have you got options in your workbook?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, all right. Now let's just click a new blank workbook. Yes. So what is a workbook before I move any further? What is a workbook? And all of you all have done Excel, come on.
Ma'am, workbook is the part. Ma'am,
Yeah.
जो screen पे पूरा जो देख रहे हैं from ribbons and the whole thing is the workbook, and जहाँ sheets जो लिखे sheets and sheets जो कहता है उन्हें worksheets कहा जाता है. Difference ये है. The workbook is a full
Correct.
Excel.
So every file is a workbook that you create. And every workbook can have a lot of worksheets. Okay. And how many worksheets can be there in an Excel workbook?
Fixed.
How many?
By default, it's 3 or 4.
Yeah, by default you get 3, but you can
And-
have as many as 255 worksheets.
Okay.
Now each workbook, so if you see below, you can see sheet 1, sheet 2, right? Atulya, you know how to rename that sheet 1, sheet 2? Yeah, you do a right click and you can rename. Okay, so you can name it as my workbook, my worksheet 1 or something. So that's how you can rename your worksheets. And why would you do that? For your easy reference, because otherwise you will not know what is where. For example, can you rename sheet 1 as employee data? Yeah. Ideally, whenever you start work, you should first save your workbook in the right folder and then name these worksheets before you start work so that you're clear of what is where. All right. Atulya, if you can just make it EMP data. That is how it is used most of the times. Remove the Y, please. Yeah. All right. Okay, now if you see on the right, can you just put some numbers there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in any row, column? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, just fill up 5.
That's it.
That should be enough. Yeah. Now, if you select these, can you just select with your mouse all these what you've written? No, not like this. Select. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Please do it again. Yeah. Yeah. So whenever you have any content in your worksheet, and if you select that, if you see down on the right side, which is called your status bar, is where you can see, in Atulya's case, it's showing the average, count, and sum. Can you all see the right corner down? Yeah, here. And if you do a right click here, this is what is called as the status bar. Can you do a right click here? Yes, so it allows you to choose what do you want to showcase here. Okay, so right now we are showing average, count. Atulya, can you write? Can you click max also there? Yes. Yes.
This one?
Yes. That's it. Leave it. Now go. Yeah. So can you see max is added? Right? So you can decide what do you want to see in your worksheets. As a normal practice, average, sum, and count is kept there. That's more because that's a regular thing that people see in the data points. All right. Okay. After that, you have 3 more tabs there. Atulya, can you click the next tab? Yeah. So one is this, which is showing all the worksheets. Next one. Yeah, click that. This is showing you. What is this? Showing you in page format. Okay. And go to the last one. This is just showing you the cells that have data. All right. So we normally use the first format. That these are more normal practice. I just want you to know everything that is on the screen. The last slider is of course the zoom, which I'm assuming you all know. Right. So we are okay with the lower part of the sheet. You can also move across sheets, which I'm sure you all know. The left corner, you have the arrow marks. to move to the next sheet and the first sheet. Can you add 2 more sheets, Atulya, please? Yeah, that's okay. No need of name. Yeah, so you can toggle between these sheets by using a lot of shortcuts also. So I think if you press a control and arrow key, just press control and arrow key, right arrow. Oh no, sorry, your shortcut will be different than mine. 1 second. So what I will do is,
Ma'am, I think it will be shift control page up and page down.
yeah, so I have a downloaded file of all your Windows shortcuts. I'm just thinking, where should I place it? What I'll do is I'll place that file in your share. Okay. Yeah, Tulya, for now you can try control shift page up, page down. It actually differs a little in every version that we use. Does it work for you?
Yeah, I'm searching for the page up and page down key.
The arrow keys up and down.
Okay, yeah.
Or what you can do here
I don't
is,
think it's working.
yeah, what you
It's
can
not
do
working.
is, there is this bulb, no? Tell me what you want to do.
No.
In your top menu bar. Home, insert, page layout. There, yeah. Just click on that. Tell me what you want to do. The last tab. Yeah, yeah. Go to the last one. After view.
View.
Yeah. Next to view. Tell me what you want to do. Click there.
1 second.
Yeah, click there.
Actually cannot see the options. The zoom options are colliding.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. After view, the next option, if you can select, you can pull the
This
zoom
one?
screen. Yes, yes. Yeah. Right there, shortcut for Windows. It will show you all.
Shortcuts.
Shortcuts for Windows. Get help on shortcuts for Windows. Down, second last. Yes.
This one first option. Keyword shortcuts.
Sorry. Does it give you a Microsoft file? No. No, is it?
No, ma'am, it doesn't give me.
1 second. Oh,
Can everybody see this file?
No, we can only see your Excel, the screen that was shared. That's all Zoom limitation.
Okay. Nobody can see this Excel 2016 health window.
No, no.
No. Where do you go and write this?
1 second, 1 second.
In the
I
help,
think
you
now,
can write it.
Can you see this now?
Yes.
Let me do this. I'll just send you in the chat a link which will take you to the Microsoft sites. Now we can see it. Yeah, here. Yes, so the reason I was showing you here is all of you all can get shortcuts from here. And I would want you all to explore this and come back with at least 5 new shortcuts that you have learned. Okay, this will be your homework 1. Can you click on that 50 time saving Excel shortcuts quick tips guide? Yes. Yes. Yeah, you can click it and download it and use it.
Ma'am, from where this bit?
Yeah, sorry.
I didn't get this one. From where you get this one?
You go to help. That's all. You're on your computer, Rashi?
Yes, ma'am, I cannot see help.
Okay. Atulya, can you stop your share and we can put Rashi's computer and show her where's the help?
Sure, ma'am.
So the reason I'm also showing you this is for anything that you require, this is where you're going to go. Of course, you can keep asking me stuff. That's not an issue. But you should be on your own going forward, right? Can you see the question mark in your right-hand side, Rashi? So your Excel version is different.
Yeah, I got help.
In that you write shortcut for Windows.
I still can't find
Thing.
Okay, okay, ma'am.
This is what Excel version? 365 is
2007.
365, ma'am.
Yeah, this is 2007 because the Windows logo is there, I think. That's been eliminated in the newer versions. Yeah, so we'll always have to do a little bit of this because all of you are not using the same Excel, including me, right? So we should know how to find out. Yes, if you're not able to find out, come up to me. We'll find out a way to do it.
Ma'am,
But for
I
most
still
of this,
cannot find it.
Who's that, Rashi?
Yes, ma'am.
Is there, no? See, on your right side, you have a cross. Go up,
This
up,
one?
up.
Okay,
The
okay,
file.
got it, ma'am.
Yeah, click on that. Click on that. Yeah, click. Click. 1 second. We'll wait for you. That is your help in this Excel.
Okay.
Okay, and what are the two icons after that, after the help? I hope everybody knows that. What is the next icon for? Minimize, right?
Maximize.
Current close.
Yeah. Did your help window open, Rashi?
Yes, ma'am, it did.
Because I will not be able to see. On Zoom, we are able to see only your base screen, not beyond that.
Shortcut for Windows.
Yeah. So these shortcuts change with Excel versions also. Only some things remain standard. Yeah. In fact, let me just try here. Switch. Okay, so should we move on?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you all noted homework, first homework, how to switch between sheets in each of your Excel, you'll find out. Yes, sir. Has anybody found the shortcut for that? On whatever version of Excel you're using?
To change the spreadsheets.
Yes.
Control, Shift, page up or page down.
That's working for you?
Yes, ma'am. Wait.
Okay. So while this might look very stupid things to know, but if you know them, your work speed goes very high. That's why it's very important to know whatever shortcuts in the Excel that you have with you. Is that working, Rashi?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you toggle and show me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Yes. Good. Good. Has anybody else tried the same? Yeah, Tulya, did something work for you? Toggling between worksheets?
No, ma'am, it's not working for me. I have a 2016 version.
2016.
Yes.
Okay.
It
Mohit,
doesn't
is it
work for
working?
me also, ma'am.
Okay. Mohit, is it working for you?
Not.
Can you just try with control and page down? Or try control tab. (2016) you said.
You can also try shift and page up or page down.
Pardon?
Shift, page up or page down. If that's working.
Rashi, yours is done, right? You're able to do that, right?
Yes, ma'am.
With control shift.
Yes, ma'am. Control, shift, and
Page
page
up,
down.
page down.
Yeah.
It could work with control page up, page down also, or shift page up, page down
Shift.
also.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you stop sharing your screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Mohit, can we have your screen? This is a different Excel. Okay. Yes, is control page up working for you? Just press control page up.
Yeah, it's working fine.
Yes, working for you. So you're done. Okay. Atulya is still not closed, right?
No, ma'am.
Show me your screen. You were 2016.
Yes.
2016, even mine is not working. It's the same.
Worked, ma'am.
2016. For you, control and page up, page down should work. Atulya, can you try that?
Control.
Page up. Or control page down.
No, ma'am. It's सबसे नीचे ले जा रहा है.
That's not working, ma'am. The same issue.
1 minute. And control tab is doing what?
Control tab. No. Selecting no.
No, don't select anything. Don't select anything. Go to sheet 4 of yours.
Sheet 4. Okay.
Now press Control Tab. Not helping.
No, ma'am.
Control F6.
6. Still not working.
Okay. And Control plus 1 minute. Control Shift page down. Did you try? Whenever you try, go to a sheet which is in the middle. So go to sheet 4.
Control Shift page down. It's used for selecting. It is selecting whole column, not switching between sheets. Yeah, you can see that.
Yeah.
Atulya, you're using page down or simple down button? Because
I
the thing
think
that
he's
is
using
happening in,
simple down.
yeah, that is what
No,
I
I am
was
using Control Shift and page up and page down. See, Shift Control switch.
And can you press Alt Tab?
Alt.
That should change your
Tab.
program.
No, ma'am, it's changing my program actually.
Huh.
Ma'am, I have Windows Excel 2016. I
What's
tried
working for you?
Control Shift and page up and page down, and somehow worked. I'm not sure if that's the right thing. But
That
I
is the
just
right
tried.
thing, no? Because it worked for Rashi also.
Control
2016.
Shift.
Control Shift
Atulya, it
and
should
then
work for you.
either page up or page down. You can go on
there is a
sheet.
separate button for page up.
Yeah, it's between home and end button. You can try that.
Exactly at the top, maybe at the
Yeah.
top right.
On your you go on sheet 4, and from there you can try doing that. Control Shift and either page up or page down.
Click on your sheet 4, Atulya, first.
You need to go in the between and then.
Yeah, yeah. Now try that.
Doing Control Shift and page up. This
Or
is
page
how
down.
it goes.
Yes.
Control Shift and page down. This is how it goes. It selects all the columns.
Atulya, if you don't mind, can you share the pic of your page up button on the group?
Boy, just finding the ultimate solution. Atulya, आपको अपने screen, अपने keyboard में, are you able to see arrow keys separately and page up, page down keys separately?
Yes, ma'am. They are actually उस पे लिखा हुआ है मैम कीबोर्ड पे.
हाँ, page up, page down लिखा है ना?
I'm using the same Excel as you, so I just tried with what ma'am just said. Control Shift and page up, page down. It's working with that.
Still not working.
Unless you have pressed some function key and because of which it could not change. Okay, let me do this. Atulya, I'll come back to you. Let's not waste more time on this. I'll come back to you on how to do your piece. Okay? Okay, now meanwhile, let's move to the next tab. We were on file, right? Can you click on file, Atulya? Your screen only. No, inside. Where you were. Go back. Yes, file tab. Yes, in the menu. All right, so home is where we have to go. Okay, so this is how your home ribbon is, right? So I'll just quickly take you through most of the stuff, and I'm assuming most of you know it, right? So the first set you see there is of clipboard. Can you see there are different sets of commands that have been grouped together here. So the first one is on clipboard. That's where you see paste, cut, copy, format painter, right? The second set is of fonts. And I'm assuming all of you understand bold, italics, underline, different types of font sizes, increase, decrease, background color, and font color. Yeah. Okay, the third one is on alignment. And on alignment, you can see left align, right align, center align, wrap text, merge. You can make it left, or you can do indent increase, reduce indent, all of that. The next one is on numbers. Can you take the drop down of general? Can you just click on the drop down? Yeah. So these are the different formats that Excel can take of the data. It can be general, number, currency, accounting, short date, long date, time, percentage, fraction, scientific, text, and so on. All right. Okay, let's move to the next. Anybody has any doubt, you can ask me. Because for some of you, this will be very basic stuff which you already know. For some of you, it will be new. Okay. Conditional formatting, I'll come to as later. Format as table, I'll come to later. Let's move to the next, which is about cells. What is a cell in Excel? What is a cell?
The small boxes.
Okay. Anybody else has any input? What is a cell?
Combination of rows and column.
Yes. So if you see your Excel worksheet, like employee data is what is open on Atulya's screen right now, you see the columns as A, B, C, D, and so on, right? And you see the rows numbered 1, 2, 3, and so on, right? Wherever there is an intersection of a column and row, that is what becomes your cell. So currently, if you see, the cursor is on S2. Where do I read this from? Here, right? And this S2 is the address of this cell. It means it is S column, second row, right? That's how an address of a cell is. So a cell will always have a row and a column as its address. Okay. You can also rename your cell to something else. So Atulya, if you go in the box where B2 is written, yeah, just delete this and write my cell 1. Don't put a space, please. Enter. Okay, now click there. Can you see? You have renamed the cell. So you can actually rename every cell here. Now, when you refer to this cell, you will have to call it my cell 1. All right. Is this clear to everybody that how do you name a cell?
Yes, ma'am.
What is the need of that, Arun?
So sometimes when your data is too large and you want to actually keep remembering stuff, like here we have renamed it as my cell 1. If it was about, say, employee salary, and if I had employee names in the first row, in the first column, second column I had salary, I could actually put this is Mohit's salary as the cell name. So in my formulas, etc., wherever I use, it becomes easier rather than remembering it is at B2 level. So let's do that, Atulya. Can you just put employee name as your first column? No, first column. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, just put employee name. No space, no space. And just put names down. And just put random 3 names, anything that you feel like. Or you can pick up Mohit, Rashi, Sakshi from here. Have you all used this feature before? Have you all ever named cells and used it? Anybody who's used it? No? Okay.
Sorry, ma'am, couldn't hear. Use what?
Have you used naming of cells before?
Yes.
All right, now just put the second column as salary. Yes, and just put some values of whatever you want to pay Mohit, 5 lakhs or 10 lakhs, I leave it to you. Atulya is very fair, just giving same values to everybody. Okay, no fights. Atulya को ज़्यादा दे दो. All right, bas. Okay, okay. So now what you can do is at B2, cell B2. Atulya, can you go to cell B2? Yes. You can name this cell as Mohit's salary. SAL, that's all. Yeah. So if you name your cells like this, whenever you use a formula, it becomes more intuitive that what is the cell about. But yeah, a lot of people don't use it. So for you all to know, we have almost, what was the number? 750 million users of Excel. Okay. And of which only 5% users actually understand and use formulas and functions extensively. A lot of them don't. A lot of them don't use the automation also, which is already provided. So you can imagine what is the gap. Okay. Yeah, Mohit, is that clear now?
Yeah, but I'm not getting what is the use of this. Like, for example, if you are putting in the first row that the employees' names are these, then what is the
Yeah.
need of that column? What is the need of that?
What is
For
the need of the
example,
cell naming to Mohit's salary?
no, for example, if we are naming B2 as Mohit's salary or B3
Huh.
as Rashi's salary,
Huh.
then what
Huh.
is the need of A1, A2,
It
A3, A4, these things?
No, you're just renaming it. See, it's not that it will not work with B2. It will work with B2. It's only that if it is a complex database program that you're trying to develop, it becomes more intuitive.
That is also like increasing our.
It's like employee IDs are always there, right? We have employee 01, 02, 03, right? But still a lot of people, or in HR also, they prefer to still know your names and call you by that. It's just that it's not beyond that. In complex scenarios, it helps you. Yes, in a simple scenario like this, it doesn't look to be very useful. The objective was that you should know how to name a cell.
Sure.
Okay, so let's move on further. We were at home, Atulya. Can you click home back? Yes, so in cells you have insert, delete, and format cells. Everybody understands format cells, or do I need to explain? Okay, just do a right click. Let's quickly go through it. Right click on the cell that you have selected. Yes, you have format cells. Can you click that? Yes. Yes, so these are the different data types which we already saw. General was for anything and everything that you have. Number is when you decide that the data that you're going to have is number. So for salary, we should use which data type? Either a number or a currency. Right? Here it allows you to use an option of decimal places. In case of salary, you would not need it probably.
Fractions.
Right? And use 1000 separators. Why do you use 1000 separators? Do you all use it? Yes, I have some people who know Excel, and this is very easy stuff that I'm talking about. Yeah, so if you tick and press OK, but you've not selected the complete row, column, so it will not impact. Yes. So now just take number and use 1000 separators. Okay. So do you see what it does? It increases the readability of numbers. And in most organizations, they'll ask you to put 1000 separator. How does it increase readability? You should ideally remove the zeros also, Atulya. So if in number, if you see on your ribbon number.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just press, no, don't go there. Don't go there. Let it be at number only. Down there is a comma, right? Yeah, click on the comma. And now click on the last one, which is removing the zeros.
This one?
Yes, yes. Click there 2 times. It'll remove the decimal places. Right? Can you do this for all the salaries? Just remove the decimal places. Comma we had put there only. Yeah. Yeah. So now what this has done is, Atulya, can you also increase your zoom a little bit, please? Right side down from 90%. Increase. Yes. So what we have done now is by putting these 1000 separators, the readability is much easier. So your number is 5,22,000, right? And in a lot of presentations, etc., you tend to use this. From a calculations perspective, it doesn't make a difference. It's more for a visibility point of view. All right. Okay, anything else that we have to do in cells? Insert, delete, I'm assuming you all know, right?
Yes, ma'am.
That is an easy one. So I'm not spending time on that. Insert, delete, format also. Insert sheets, rows up, sheet rows below, all of that you know, right? Okay. Now let's come to what are the 3 kinds of references you have for a cell. So we discussed cell address, right? So this cell which you're on right now, this cell will be referred by the address B5, isn't it? Right? So B5, is it a relative address? There are 3 kinds of references that you have for a cell. You can have an absolute reference, you can have a relative reference, and you can have a mixed reference. What do I mean by that? So in a normal scenario, all your cells are in a relative reference. Which means, let's just, Atulya, can you go to sheet 5 in your workbook? Yes. Or let me do this. I think you stop your share. Let me do the share and explain. That'll be better. Yeah. Is my screen visible to all?
Yeah.
Okay. If these are some serial numbers, and these are some scores. Okay. Now the address of each cell here, which is this C2, is a relative address. As in, it will keep changing as and when I drag it. Before that, let me also explain to you. Yeah. So Excel also gives you the option of autofill, right? So if I have a series filled here like 1, 2, 3, and if I drag it down further, it fills it in the same pattern that the series is. It understands that. For example, if I have 2, 4, 6, 8, and now if I want a even number series, it will make that for me on its own. I don't need to bother. And it can be any pattern. It detects the pattern and does it. For example, if I put 10, 20, 30, 40, it'll detect this pattern and it will do it on its own. Okay. You can also do a horizontal fill in Excel. So this is a vertical fill that we are doing. And what happens if I drag this? Can anybody tell me? Or let's do this. 1 minute. Let me do this one first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can also have index 1, index 2. Yes, so if I drag this, what happens? And let's actually do this for a while. Yes, if it is a text and a numeric thing, if I drag it down, what do you think will Excel do? Can you see what's happening? It understands that the text has to be constant. And if I put days of the week, it has understood it as days of the week. What else can we explore in autofill? And if it is employee 110, employee 111. Yes, what do you think will it drag down to? What will it autofill it to if I drag it down?
Employee 112.
Right? Yeah. So is this part clear? If you give it a repetitive series, what happens? For example, if I say this Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and I take it down further, what will it do?
It will continue its repetition.
Yeah, so it will continue its repetition. It will give me the days of the week. Similarly, if I put months, it will do the same thing. And the beauty of it is it understands when I'm writing JAN only. I'm not writing the complete January, right? It still understands what I'm saying. I'm trying to see if I do some spelling errors, does it understand or not? So it doesn't. Okay. So because there is an error in January, did you see what it did? It ignored it. So if there's a spelling error, it will not allow. But if I write the short stuff, it is allowing me. And what does it do with dates? Let's put first Jan 2020. So this is the standard format of dates that it takes. DD, MMM, and YY. And just increases the days. If I say 15th Jan, and here I say 15th Feb, what do you think will it do? Next. Yes, any guesses?
15th March.
Absolutely. So can you see how beautifully it has changed the year also after we have finished 1 year? When I finished 15 December 2020, it has moved to 21. Doesn't it make you feel how intelligent Excel is? Okay, so is this clear? Anybody has a doubt here?
Ma'am, why this January 15 did not change to 16th?
Because we gave it the next one. So if I had put only 15th Jan 2020 and I didn't give it the next one, it will take the next date. Okay. But if I give it 15th Feb, now it understands that you're talking about a change in month. So that's how intelligent Excel is. Now it gives you March. It's done something else also. It's added the number of days. If you can see here. So it's very intelligent to understand what is the pattern. We can also check if I make it 15th Feb 21, what it does, or rather 15th Jan 21. Yes, so if I give it these two, what should it do ideally? Can you see how intelligent it is? It is understood that I'm taking a year's gap, so it's giving me years. That is how intelligently it behaves, and that's why it said that it's a powerful tool. Because I did not change the cell type or anything, right? I'm just using the same across. Whether I used numbers, I used text plus number, I used a repetitive series. Here I used a text plus number, which was of a different type, not a single unit types, right? And I used dates of different types, and it has worked. Okay. Now let's move to cell references where I wanted you all to go. So each cell has an address. So if my cell's address is B2, simply B2, this becomes a relative reference. Okay. If I have an address like this becomes an absolute reference. And if I have an address like this becomes a mixed reference. Okay, who's going to explain this to me? And I'm sure some of you have used it. See, right now, I don't know how many of you are aware of the things I'm talking about. I assume some of you know it and some of you don't. If all of you know what I'm teaching, then please let me know, because then I should move on. There's no point wasting time. Yes, does anybody know the difference in these three and how is it used? Everybody's got tired or is got boring? Sunita, are you aware of these things? What is relative reference, absolute reference, and mixed reference? Sunita, you there?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Who was the person who said they know a little bit of Excel? Mohit, you're aware of this? Okay, then I need to
No, Parul.
explain. Okay. Anybody else who's aware of this? Anushka, Rashi?
Ma'am, actually,
No, ma'am.
I understand that key in first case, both column and row are not fixed.
Right.
In second
Absolutely.
case,
Very good.
both are fixed. In third case, only I think row are fixed because it's 2 and rows are always in number.
Absolutely. So let's understand how does this work. What I will do to explain to you is I will take a simple. Okay. Everybody is aware of using a plus sign in Excel. I am assuming everybody is. If you're not, write a no in the chat, then I'll
Yes, ma'am.
explain. So everybody knows how to use plus, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, can you see how Excel, in Excel, when I've written equal to B10 plus B11 plus B12, it actually gives you the same color. B10 is referring to the first cell. It highlights that, right? That's how intuitive it is. The red one is the second and the purple one is the third. Yeah. Now, currently, these are all relative reference. And why I'm saying that is if I do a horizontal autofill, what will happen in the second row, in the second column, sorry? What is the value it will put?
It will calculate 4, 5, and 6.
15.
Yes. So what it did was, this was B10, B11, B12. Here, when I copied the formula, it has become C10, C11, C12. So for the next cell, this became a relative reference. So here, for my sum, B was my column. Here, it has become C. If I carry the formula forward, it will change it to D and then to E. Why has it changed? Because the address I gave was a relative reference address of the cell. All right. Now let's see what happens if I give it an absolute reference address. And whenever I put a dollar sign before the address, it becomes absolute. Absolute is nothing but fixing. So I'm saying fix this formula, $B and $10, which means I'm fixing this cell. Okay. And plus I'm saying $B and $11. I'm fixing the second cell. Plus $B and $12. So I have fixed all these three cells, which means this is my absolute reference. Now, if this is absolute reference, and if I try copying this formula here, what will happen? I have fixed all the numbers. All the addresses are fixed in my formula. So now if I copy this, it will give me 6. If I copy it across, it will give me the same. Why does it do that? Because in this formula also it's the fixed. Can you see it's going back to the same cells because I have fixed the address by putting the dollar sign. So my formula is no more relative. All right, is this clear? Relative and absolute.
Yes, ma'am.
I can also have a mixed reference. For a mixed reference, I can have, for example, B $1, let me put it as $10, plus B $11 plus B $12. Yes, now what will happen when I move here? Will B change to C or no?
Ma'am, it's changed.
It will change?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. That's Anushka, right?
Yes, ma'am, because only the row are fixed, so I think it's changed.
All right. Okay, anybody has any other view? Atulya, what do you think?
Ma'am, it's a 10 or 15, 11 and 12.
Yes, Atulya, what's your view? What will happen in the next cell? Will it change from B to C?
No, ma'am. I think it will take the value as a rigid position. It will not go further.
That's what it did in the absolute reference, right? It took it as fixed. So here I've removed.
No, in just that cell only, in B15 only. It will not take further.
No, I'm asking you what will come in C15. What is the value that will come in C15? And you need to start thinking like that because only then you will understand what Excel is doing. Ashita, what will happen? Any idea? Any views?
I think it's changed, ma'am.
What will change? So C15 will have what?
C15 will be 15, I think.
Okay, good. So what it did was it allowed to change the column, but your row was fixed. All right. Yes, what will happen in the next now? Showing me 24. So it's again changed the column. Are these three references clear to everybody?
Ma'am, this is similar to relative.
Yes, and why is it similar to relative here? Good question. Why are the answers same here for relative and mixed?
Because they are allowing to change the column and row.
Yeah, in relative, we allowed it to change the column and the row, right? But
Yes.
when I dragged it, and when I drag the mixed one, the answers are the same. I'm asking you, why is it the same?
Because mixed reference rows are fixed, ma'am.
Yeah, but in relative also they are fixed? No, they are not fixed.
They are fixed, ma'am.
Here, when I'm moving the cell, what is changing for me? When I'm moving from 6 to 15, what is changing?
Rows and columns.
Is my row changing? When I'm moving from 6 to 15?
No, columns.
Column is only changing. Right?
Yeah.
Because in my relative case also, I'm using only a column change. It didn't matter whether I use this one or mixed. But if in case both my rows and columns were changing, it would have impacted. And okay, let's do this one. Another homework for you. So the first homework was to get 5 shortcuts, right? In Excel, which you're going to use extensively. and you're going to find that out. The second homework you will have is you will get me a case where relative reference, both row and column are changing. Here only column is changing. Can you see? That's why this and this is having the same answer. I hope you all are noting it down. So you'll have to bring a case where both rows and columns are changing. And that's when you'll see relative reference is different. Possible to do or no?
And we'll do it.
Okay. Okay, let's move to the next now. So is this place clear? Has anybody got a doubt? I'm assuming it's clear. Okay. Now let's move to what is a format painter. So do you all see this here? This is called a format painter. Is everybody aware of format painter? Do I need to explain? Say a yes if you're aware of in the chat. Or probably, sorry, say a no if you're not aware of. Then I know I have to explain it. Otherwise, I'll move on. Oh, I have two no's. Okay. Okay. So if I format this cell, I have made it bold with a yellow background and red text. And if in my format, if I put 2 decimals also, okay. Now I want to see the next cell also in a similar format. I can straight away do a format painter and paint it. I can paint all the cells together. So I don't need to do the formatting again, as simple as that. Do any of you have a drop down also in format painter? I think in the latest Excel it's there. Anybody who has a drop down in format painter? No. Okay. So is this clear? Now this formatting is very useful when you do dates. For example, if it is 1 Jan 2021, and here I have okay, and if it is so here, if I want to change everything to the same format, I can again use a format painter and drag it. Did you see what it did? So a lot of times you have data in various formats. With the format picker, you can immediately visibly change it to the same format. That's how it helps you. Okay. Let's move to the next thing of yes, so that was your home tab here, right? The next you have here is insert. And insert tab we'll be doing in detail when we go to different objects that we are going to insert. So one of them is the pivot tables, data from pictures, charts, sparklines, and these are other objects of text and symbols. So this I'll come to later. Then you have a draw. And this is an interesting function because here you can literally draw like this, whatever you want, right? Like a paint which used to be there in old Excel, you have an eraser, you have a draw, you can add a pen and so on. Now the next one here, which is page layout, is essential from a perspective of mostly printing. So here you can have themes. Themes, what it does is it actually changes your font type and your colors that you're using. Can you see it's changing the theme here? Right? You can change the color scales. These are more or less similar across all Microsoft Office products. So you will find similar color sequences in your PowerPoint presentation and Word also. All right. And then of course you have fonts. Okay. From a page layout perspective, if you've worked on Word, you will understand you have margins opportunity. You can change your orientation from portrait to landscape, and this is more from a printing perspective, not more than anything else. You can have page breaks. Okay. Here you can also change backgrounds. So that's provided you have a background picture, but however, you will not need this so much here. Page setup and so on. Okay, now let's move to formulas. So what are formulas? And you see functions. What is the difference between formula and function? Can anybody help me? All of you have used formula, right? We just now did. This is a formula. So here it says formulas and here it says insert function. What's the difference in the two? Do you all need a break or something? Is it too boring, difficult to understand, too easy?
Ma'am, I think the formula is made up of different functions. For example, if you take function as average, average is a certain formula of number of sums divided by number of photos. So,
all right.
Yeah.
So you're saying if I do average, is average a formula or a function?
Function.
Average is function. And what is a formula?
Formula, the values it is used for.
Sorry?
The way we will put it is equal to 109, whatever the formula of average is.
Okay. Anybody else who thinks differently? Or
Ma'am, function is a predefined by the Excel, and formula we have to create something like that.
Okay, right. So everybody agrees to this? You have all used formulas and functions in Excel until now. Whoever has even touched Excel has used at least one formula. Yes, I'm waiting if anybody else is giving me any input, or we're done. So yes, like you rightly said, formulas are anything where you write equal to and you put a sign. That's the formula, right? Functions are basically predefined formulas which are already existing in Excel. So all of you who answered were right. When it is predefined, like Atulya said, when it is average, because it is predefined in Excel, it becomes a function. Excel has around 400 plus functions inbuilt. Okay. So for average, actually you would be doing, if I have to do average here, I would do this plus this plus this and divided by 3. Is that the right formula for average?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I think the bracket should be there.
Thanks, Atulya. If I don't put the bracket, what will happen?
Yeah, bracket.
Board mass, it won't follow the board mass.
Yes. So everybody knows board mass?
Yes, ma'am.
Anybody who's not aware of board mass, please let me know. I'm assuming otherwise all of you know.
No, ma'am, we have heard it, but I forgot.
Okay. So Rashi needs help on this. Anybody else who doesn't know, doesn't recollect, whichever. Yes, Atulya, you can help. What is board mass? What does BODMAS stand for?
B stands for brackets. Then
Right.
it comes with order,
Right.
division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction.
So yeah, Rashi, for this bracket order is basically square root
Order
and
the square roots and cube roots, and
yeah,
cube roots and squares.
yeah, all of those. And then you have division,
Multiplication,
addition and subtraction. That's the order that is followed in any arithmetic formula when you have all these kind of function formulas involved, or all these signs involved. Clear, Rashi?
Yes, ma'am.
Recall हो गया?
हाँ, ma'am.
ठीक है. Sakshi, you're clear on this? It's important from a basic point of view so that when we go forward, we don't fall into a problem.
Yes, ma'am, I'm clear.
Okay, okay. Yes, so we have understood what is the difference between function and formula, and we have understood how do arithmetic formulas work. So a formula, whenever you write, it is written with the help of operators. And when we are saying board mass, these are the orders, the operators that you have. The order of precedence is what is the sequence that it follows is followed by the board mass rule. Okay. Now let's come to some simple formula uses. Let me put it here. So sum, all of you know, right? And what we did here was also sum. This was also sum, right? B10, B11, B12. If I want to use a function here, I can use the function sum and give it the numbers one shot. All right? Everybody knows this, how to use sum function. How do you use subtraction? Yes, who's going to tell me?
Ma'am, it will be the same formula as addition, but we will put the sign of subtraction instead of plus.
Very good. Thank you so much. So is that clear to everybody? So I can use sum, she's saying. But here, if I want to subtract, I should put one of the values as negative. That's what you're saying, I'm assuming.
No, ma'am.
Okay. Then how should I use it? I thought you said that. Okay.
No.
So if I want to do a subtraction of, yeah.
B10 minus B11 minus B12.
Okay. So this is a formula then, it's not a function right now. It's not an inbuilt function that I've used, yeah? Right?
Hmm.
Okay. For multiplication? So what you can also do is, you can go to your Excel, one second, yeah. The way you can insert a function is you can click here, and this shows you all the formulas, functions, right? The inbuilt functions. Now you can check what's there here. So there is a total and there is a subtotal. There is of course a sum. Is anything here for multiplication? No. There will be for product. Right? And this is where you can click and understand about the function. Can you see the right side down? You will have the same thing in your Windows file also. All right? For doing a simple multiplication, we can always use sorry, my Zoom seems to be hanging here. This all of you know, right? And how do you do a square? If I have to do 1 square 2, what do I do? Which is the symbol on the keyboard which gives you a square?
I think it's one of the arrows, upper arrows.
Sorry? Sorry, I didn't hear you. Can you just repeat, please?
Ma'am, it's a kind of an arrow pointing to the upwards direction.
Yeah, it's called the caret sign.
Caret.
So here. Can you all see my screen? I think it's lost. So this is called caret. Can you see the symbol? This is saying to the power. So it can be 2, 3, whatever. This becomes a square. Now what happens if I drag this down? Word fill? It did a relative filling. Why didn't it change 2 to 3? Yes, why didn't it change 2 to 3? To the power 2, it has used the same, right?
Ma'am, because of the formula we have put, and it will...
Because it's not a relative cell, no? 2 is a fixed number I've used, right?
Yes.
Right? Here if you see, B10 changed to B11,
Hmm.
changed to B12
Hmm.
because it was relative reference.
Yes.
2 is a fixed number. So it remains 2, 2, 2. Right? Now,
Yes.
if I drag this here, what will happen? Let me hide this stuff so that I don't get confused. Hide. So you have the option of hide and unhide. Can you see 12 to 20?
Yes.
Later, you can do a right click after selecting and unhide. Another feature of Excel. Okay. Yes. So what happens if I drag this to the next column? What will happen?
It will take the same formula, like it will do square of 4, square of 5, and then square of 6.
Correct. Because this was relative. B10 was relative reference, so it changed it to C10. Now tell me if I had fixed B. And this time I'm fixing the column. Now what will happen? Did you see what happened?
Yes.
It didn't change. Will it change any further?
No.
Is this clear to everybody?
Yes.
Yes, yeah.
If I wanted to allow the change, I should remove the dollar and make it a relative reference. There are times when you will not want the rows or columns to change, and we will come to that kind of example, and that's when you use the dollar on B or on the row number. All right. Okay, so we are done with some basic formulas of sum, multiplication, square.
Ma'am, should we also know the formulas on our own? Like most of these formulas, like product and all, not everybody knows, right?
So I think you should know the most used ones. But
Okay.
however, if you don't know in Excel, like you saw, right? You can click insert function and it will give you the complete detail with an example actually.
Okay.
And this is the same that it will give you on any of your screens. Let me show you that. Can one of you share your screen? Maybe Sakshi, you can share your screen. So there are 3 ways to enter formulas. One is you can click on the insert function, right? Once again, yeah, insert function, right? And here is where you can type. So you can type sum here. Can you type sum? Yeah, and if you press a OK down, press OK down. Yes. This gives you the detail of this function, what you need to put in the function. All right. Cancel this now. You can also go to FX is written in the bar near the cell address, next to the cell address, FX. Click equal to there and you can insert a function here. That's the second way you can do it. It is going to the same screen. All right. The third is in the cell itself. When you write equal to sum, yeah, in the next cell, write equal to sum. Can you see it shows you? If you double click that sum, I think that will also open up the same screen. No, here it doesn't open up the help screen. But however, it gives you complete help on how to use the function. And that's how you can explore any function even if you don't know. Okay. Yeah. Now under the functions, you also have the functions library. If you can see, there is an auto sum. Yes, so you have, are you able to see my screen? You have an auto sum where you have sum, average, count numbers, max, min, and more functions. Then you have recently used functions, which Excel captures. Financial functions, logical functions, then text functions, date time, lookup and references. So can you see how wide the functions are? Yeah. Those are the number of functions that are available. So there are close to 400, 500 functions that are available in Excel. So what we'll do next is, I think we're at almost 10. Yeah. So in the next session, we will get deeper into understanding what are the inbuilt functions and how are they used. So first we'll be doing is the mathematical and string functions. But I want you to explore all functions that are there under the of the type sum. Like for example, if you see here, if you write insert function and if you check sum, can you see there are so many types of sum? Sum of sum product, right? Let's do this. For the next class, can each one of you pick up 5 functions, mathematical functions is what you can take, all right? And understand those 5, but they should not be the common one, not like the sum, average, count. Those are easy ones, right? Any 5 functions which you have never used before. Can you all come back with that? And I'm talking only about the mathematical functions. Right? We can do that. Okay, now before I end the session, is the session going too slow, too fast? You want me to increase the pace, reduce the pace? And I want an input from each one of you quickly, but. So yeah, Anushka, can you tell me, is the pace okay for you? You're able to understand? Anushka says yes, okay. Ashita, how is the pace for you? Will be good if you all can speak up. I will know if I have to change anything in my next session.
Yes, ma'am.
Is the
It's
pace
great,
okay? You
ma'am.
want
It's
me to
okay.
increase?
It's okay.
Atulya,
Great.
you're
Okay.
okay.
Ma'am, it's fine.
Okay, Mohit,
Good, it's
you
good.
want me to increase the pace?
No, that's fine.
Okay. Sakshi, Sunita?
Yes, it's fine.
All right. So let's do this. 3 homeworks which I want you all to do. You all remember the 3 things we spoke about?
Yes, ma'am. 5 Excel shortcuts. How to
Right.
switch between spreadsheets.
Right.
5
5
mathematical
shortcuts you'll do is the
functions.
ones that you will be using the max.
Yes.
Okay.
And 5 mathematical
shortcuts that will be
functions we have
useful.
never used.
Yes. So do that.
Apart
homework.
from these 4.
Yeah, apart from what we have discussed in the class.
No, apart from these 4.
All right. Apart
Only
from
4.
these 4, as in?
4 homeworks
Yeah.
are given.
Yeah,
no?
currently you have only 4 homework, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. The next session we'll do functions more, and that's when you can get more homework. But if you have time, please explore the workbook itself. Because as we go into functions, they're going to get more and more deeper. I would not restrict you to 5. If you can go and understand 10 functions also, it will be great.
Okay, ma'am.
But when I'm saying explore, it doesn't mean you go to the help and just see what is written there. You should be able to explain the function on your own. And if you get stuck, please come back, then we can discuss in the class. All right?
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, there's one more thing which I want from you all. 1 second. Oh, yeah, one small thing which we missed discussing. Give me a minute. I'll just show it to you and you can then explore it. And I'm sure all of you know it. Have you all used sorting and filtering ever? You would all have used. Oh, we didn't come to it. Okay, I think we can leave it here. The next class we'll take the next menu and move on that. All right. Any doubt anybody has? Or else we end the session for today and we'll again meet on Wednesday, same time. Okay, so no other doubt with anybody? So for the next session, I'll also put up a database which you can download, and then onwards, we will keep working on that same database for all your homework. All right? Okay. So with that, I'm ending today's session. If anybody has anything to speak, please do speak. I'm holding for a minute before I end it completely. I would want you to please go through whatever we have discussed today at least once more, especially the reference thing that we have done. Oh, there was one more homework where I had asked you to find a case where I will need to, where my row and column both changes. So that makes your 4 set of homework pointers, right? Don't forget that.
Ma'am, what was the last one?
I want you to find a situation where both your row and columns change in case of a relative reference.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, scenario where it will change. Think about it. Please revise the relative, absolute, and mixed reference. That's a very important one. Okay, any doubt, anybody, anything to say, or we can end?
Ma'am, please say what are the homeworks? Can you please one more?
Yes, so I think, yes. The first one was about, I think I should ask you guys now. I'm learning more. Yes, who's going to tell me the 4 homeworks fast?
5 Excel shortcuts you will use the
Yes.
most.
Yes.
How to switch between spreadsheets.
Can you
Relative
put it up here so that we remember?
Ma'am, I'll put it on the group.
Yeah, actually do that. That will be helpful, right? All the 4 things, put it on the group.
Yes. Third one is
And-
relative reference. Both row and column will change. We will have to make a
Right.
scenario where both row and column will change. And
Right.
fourth one is
Fourth,
maths. 5 math function.
5.
You will you have to
You have not
explore
used
that you have
before.
never. You have not used.
Yeah. But we'll get into the detail of functions in the next class that we have. All right. What I'll want you to be is ready with all these, because I will randomly ask one of you to showcase the homework that we have done today. That's how I'll operate. So all of you have to be ready with it. All right. And we
Okay,
meet
ma'am.
next on Wednesday, 8 o'clock. All right.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rashi. Thanks, Ashita.
Good night, ma'am. Good night, everybody.
Thank you,
Good
ma'am.
Good night, ma'am.
night.
Night, ma'am.
Good night. Good night.